My bad. It was a rough week. I apologize. This week I will not be mean to you, but I do expect you guys to respect me, and when I'm speaking, please be quiet. Okay? Because when we're on camera and people are watching on YouTube, it's really annoying for them to have to hear shh every 5 seconds. Alright? So when I'm talking, y'all be quiet, and there'll be time for you to talk too. You can talk before, you can talk after, sometimes you can talk during, but only if you're in the conversation, not to each other. Alright? Got that? Everybody cool? We're good. Alright. Did everyone sign in?
No, girl.
Okay. Can you guys please turn off your cell phones for me? Cell phones off.
That's on.
So no one can call for help if I decide to burn this place. Hey, Vic! Yeah, alright. I happen to know that one person in particular had a birthday this week, Hunter. Woo! Stand up. Stand up. Today, yeah, his birthday's today's 12. So, yay. Anybody else have a birthday this past week?
Scream obnoxiously loud.
Mine's Sunday. We'll sing to you next. We'll sing to you next. Anybody else? 13. Oh, looks like Hunter's the only one. That means you guys have to be extra loud and obnoxious. So if I stand up here, I'm not Vulcan, I'm just trying to get you guys to sit down. Okay?
Sam, peace all y'all.
Quiet. Peace out. Alright. Now, we want to meet our newbies. I know we have some people who have never been here before. So this is your first time. Please come to the front. So we can meet you.
Those three is right there.
That's your first time.
Cowboy hat.
I need you quiet for the video.
Hold your applause.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 newbies today, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We have to be real quiet so we can hear the names, because you remember newbies don't like to talk very loud. They're scared of us, okay? I promise we're not really scared.
We don't fight very hard.
So, if you say your name really loud and what grade you're in, what school you go to, I'll give you one of these lovely little packages, and you know you want one.
My name's Maddie Zwiger. I'm a freshman and I go to Sheridan High School.
And Maddie, are you single?
Yeah.
Guys, she's single! Yeah! I'm sorry. We have more to go. Next we have.
My name is Joey Elise. I go to Sheridan High School.
9th grade. Are you single?
No.
No, he's mine.
And he's taking it. Alright. Next.
I'm Victoria Elise. I go to Sheridan. I'm in 11th grade, and I am not single.
Okay, but she's smart. She took the candy first. Welcome. And you are?
My name is Mark Payne. I'm a freshman at Sheridan High School, and I'm not single either.
Alright, we're striking out, y'all. Next.
I'm Matt Walter in 7th grade, and sadly I'm in Lakewood.
Oh, well. Matt, we are happy to have you as well. Give him a hand, you guys. We want to say welcome to Rise Above. Do not let us scare you again. I will continue to say that. We have a couple of that you cannot buy anywhere. You have to come to 5 meetings and do 5 challenges, okay? Some of you guys are getting really close, so keep doing your challenges, all right? I am keeping track. Now, if you don't sign in, you don't get credit. So make sure you sign in and tell me whether or not you did your challenge, okay? Because you do want one of these fabulous bracelets. Okay, good job. Give them a hand, guys. Speaking of challenge, the newbies are like, what the heck's a challenge? Okay? Last week's challenge, every week we have a challenge that tells us something good that we can do for someone else. Last week's challenge was to bake a batch of cookies, cake, brownies, something like that, and take it to one of your neighbors. So how many of you guys actually did that last week?
Dude, right here.
Stand up if you did the challenge.
Hey, does the teacher count
I did the second part.
Now don't be lying. Don't be standing up if you didn't really do it, okay?
I did the second part.
Seriously. No, you gotta do the first part.
Shannon, does the
I already did it.
Surprise.
I already did it.
I did it.
And I will have you guys know, while prizes are going around, listen to this. Ben wanted to do his challenge, but he made me make the cake. Okay? So I made the cake, and he took it over. So it's a joint challenge.
It was my idea. My yo-yo in there?
Your idea.
Oh, my yo-yo. Teachers don't count.
It's about having neighbors.
Not the action.
That's right. He passes. He passes. Don't forget Chris over here. What did you make, Chris? A pizza? That counts. I'd be happy if somebody showed up with pizza on my doorstep. Here, I'll go ahead, pass it back. Alright? So the second part of the challenge, I am sure that probably all of you did, and I want to recognize who did it. We did sparkles on Thursday for Lauren's birthday, and that means that every time you did something special for someone else, you drew a sparkle on your hand, and we did sparklers. And that was in honor of my daughter Lauren's birthday. So how many of you guys did sparkles? Oh, I did. Give yourselves a hand. Hello. I also want to thank those of you who decided to wear purple on Thursday for Lauren. It was amazing to see how many people really did participate. Sarah. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, I have scissors. No, I'm not going to throw them. Pass those back. Okay. So, I want you guys to know that last week we had 59. We had 59 people at our meeting. We only had one newbie last week, so we're up from that. And we had 34 people do the weekly challenge, so that was awesome. Now, tonight's lesson is going to be a little bit different. I do not have anybody who had asked to share their story or do a talent share this week. So, oh, wait a minute. Michael, did you do your challenge? Did you do your challenge this week? No. No? Okay. You're one challenge away from winning your bracelet. Oh. So, just so you know. Do your challenge next week, okay? So, since I did not have anybody that wants to come up here and share their talent, I picked a song. I'm not going to sing, but I picked a song that has to do with tonight's lesson. So we will be having Cindy Lauper share her talent with us tonight. Who's that?
Shush.
What? He hit me.
Don't be discouraged, don't worry, love. It's hard
And I know that I ask you guys every week to dress in purple, and purple is the color of Rise Above, and you guys will see that I'm wearing orange tonight. And you're like, what's up? All right? I always wear purple, right? Not this week. Purple. Yeah, sorry. So, tonight while I'm teaching, I want you to think of this question, okay? If you had to describe yourself as a color, which color would you pick to describe yourself? Now, I want you to think about it. Don't answer right away. Because after I get done with this lesson, you may be thinking differently. I know I was. Okay? It doesn't have to be your favorite color. I want it to be a color that represents you. Who you are. Really you. On the inside. Okay? So just think about that while I'm teaching tonight. And I want you to know that I got this from one of Kyla's little books. I was reading it this week, and it was called Colorful Animals, and I was reading it just for the heck of it, and I was like, wow, that would make a really good lesson. So I kind of stole it a little bit, but I tweaked it and made it for Rise Above. So I hope you guys get something out of it, okay? Animals use their colors in many ways and for many different reasons. So do we. So, some animals, like the octopus, I have audio visual tonight, y'all. Okay? This is an octopus, believe it or not. You can barely see him. The octopus uses his colors to hide. It is very difficult. And if you saw that, you probably wouldn't think that was an octopus sitting there. But let's go. He has the ability to change color. Okay? He uses this ability to hide from predators. Also, the snowshoe hare. He hare does the same thing. He changes from brown in the summertime so he can blend in with all the sticks, next one, to white in the wintertime. Okay? And that's so he can blend in with the snow. Alright? There's one more, I think, too, that uses their color as camouflage. What's the next one, Ben? Tiger. Tigers also do the same thing. They're very difficult to see at night. They're very difficult to see because of their stripes when they walk in those wheat-colored grass or whatever it is on the prairie. They can hide very well. Okay. Now they use their colors to help them stay safe from other predators. The tiger actually uses his color to hunt other people or animals or whatever. But they use it for different things. Now, I want you to think about the fact that you have a true color that is yourself, your personality, the real you on the inside. And I want you to stop and think, do you ever use your personality or your true color? Do you hide that sometimes? To stay safe?
Yes.
To maybe make yourself a little bit different so that you don't have to face people sometimes? No. Think about that question. Okay? Think about that question while I go on to the next one. The arrow poison frog and the coral snake also use their bright colors to warn others that they're dangerous. Okay? Predators stay away when they see those bright colors. All right? That's to warn them. Do you guys ever act differently to warn people to stay away from you?
Yes.
Come here.
Do you act sometimes like you're tougher than you really are, like you don't care sometimes when things really do bother you? Do you act tougher than you are to try to make people think that you're someone that you're not just so they don't bother you or so they don't get close to you? Lauren, my daughter, had a habit of putting up a front. She put up a wall in front of her personality a lot, with a lot of people, because she didn't want to get close to someone and get hurt. She did this with Ben. She did this with Ben's mom. When we came into the family, we became a family, Lauren was like 8 years old. So she was very scared of being hurt and did not want anyone in her little box. She had herself in a little, like a little bubble, I want to call it. Didn't want to let anybody in. And Ben tried, his mom tried so hard to get close to her. And she always kept people at arm's length because she was very scared. So I would say that that would be a representation of what she did. She changed her personality to be tough or to be, I don't care about you. You know, when maybe really she did care about someone, she just didn't want to let it show. All right? Some people put up that tough exterior because they are afraid of being hurt. Who else can we think of that maybe would do something like that? Bullies, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys know that bullies sometimes act tough and they're really not?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes they act tough because they want people to think they're tough so they don't get messed with. Or so they can keep everyone else at arm's length. A lot of people who are responsible for bullying you maybe have been bullied by someone else in their life. And they learn that as a way to cope. It's a coping mechanism. And so we at Rise Above try to break that down. Okay, not only do we learn how not to be a bully and bully other people, but we also want to learn how to reach out to those who do bully us. Okay, and part of reaching out to them is realizing that sometimes they're like these animals just putting up a front. That's not who they really are on the inside. They're just trying to scare. Okay? The peacock butterfly. You are sitting down. The peacock butterfly uses his color as a defense mechanism as well. Okay? The peacock butterfly, if he's got his wings closed, he could sit on a tree branch and, kind of camouflage in. And if a bird comes up and is about to eat him, what happens next? It opens his wings and tries to scare, because if you see these spots here, they look like a big face. And the bird gets scared and flies away because he thinks that there's a person there or another predator that's bigger than he is. And all the butterfly did was open his wings. Okay? So that's another way to scare. The Aldermoth caterpillar. Very scary looking. Okay? He uses his colors. Actually, it doesn't look like this when he's first a little baby caterpillar. He actually looks like a bird dropping to begin with. But then when he gets older and has to move to find a place to eat, he changes to look like this. And he does this because he's trying to look like a wasp or a bee or something that might sting, something that might taste terrible, so that other predators will stay away from him. Okay? So, do you guys ever find yourself using these defense mechanisms? Do you change who you are sometimes to make people think, hey, I'm really scary, you better just stay away. I'm tough. I mean, who's going to be honest and say you've done that before? Only a couple? You guys never change who you really are. Okay. Thank you for those of you who are being honest. I think if you would stop and think about it, you do change who you are. Maybe not for these reasons that I've given yet, but maybe some of the other reasons. Let's try this one. How about the clownfish? Yeah, the clownfish actually hides in the sea anemone, and these are poisonous little tentacles that the anemone has, okay? They don't hurt the clownfish because clownfish has like slime on it, so it doesn't hurt him at all. But what he does is he sits there in the anemone, he looks all pretty and everything, and then when the predators come by and they think they're going to eat that fish, they get eaten by the anemone, okay? They get stung by the anemone, and then the clownfish just comes over and has himself a little meal too. So he uses his color to attract, but for the wrong reason. Okay? He uses his color to be like, oh, I'm so cute. And then when somebody comes up, gotcha. Okay? So sometimes we use our colors to attract. Okay? What else? Maybe a peacock? I love peacocks. Peacocks. This is a male peacock. Have you guys ever seen a female peacock? The females are brown and really not pretty. You wouldn't even think that that would be a peacock. But the male peacock has all the beautiful colors, and he puts his feathers out when he's trying to attract a mate. Okay? He struts his stuff like he's all that bag of chips, you know, trying to get the female to like him. And he is very handsome, is he not? Very handsome. Also, fireflies use their colors to attract mates. Okay? Have you guys ever been outside on a summer evening and there's just fireflies everywhere and they're all just lighting up? Okay? They use their lights. Thank you. They use their lights to attract a mate. Okay? And it's how fast it blinks, or what, it's kind of like Morse code with them. Okay? But they use those to attract a mate. Now let's be honest. How many of you guys have changed who you are to attract someone? Yeah. Okay. Lauren was good at that too, I have to say. She was forever trying to change who she really was to get a boyfriend. Okay, and I told her this a million times, and I'm going to tell you guys. Maybe you haven't heard it before. The right person will like you for who you really are, not who you appear to be. So never, ever, ever change your true colors, who you are on the inside, to try to get someone to like you. Okay? Because if you're having to change who you are to get that person to like you, they're not liking the real you. They're liking what they think is you. Alright? So what would happen if we were just all who we really are? What do you guys think would happen if we were all just real and natural? And whatever color was you you just decided to be, what would happen?
There wouldn't be as many fights with other people.
Why not?
Because then, like, we'd all know each other for who you really are, and you wouldn't have to go around and call each other fake.
True. That word fake. Oh my gosh. How many of you guys
Love that
heard that word before? How many of you have been called fake before? How many of you have heard Rise Above has been called fake before? Okay. So, just because you've heard that, do you think it's true?
Nope.
Okay. Now, sometimes, if you are changing who you are on the inside, your true colors, I'll use that, okay? If you are changing your true colors to try to be accepted, to try to scare other people away, for any of these reasons that we've talked about, if you are changing who you really are, and someone says you're being fake, are they correct when they say that?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. So don't be upset if you're doing that and you get called out about it. Okay? What's the better idea? The better idea to do?
Be yourself.
To be yourself. Exactly. Being yourself may not always be the easiest thing to do, especially when it's your age, middle school and high school. I know it's very, very, very important at that age to try to fit in. Okay? I understand that. I get that. But you guys need to understand, too, that fitting in isn't necessarily what you've been called to do. If you're fitting in with people who are not like you, and you're trying to be like them just so you can fit in, what happens to the real you?
It disappears.
It disappears. It does. Let me tell you, I can tell you guys that from experience, okay? I'll tell you a little story. Katie, did you want to say something?
Yeah, like, I've always been like a really, really hyper person, like ADHD to like the highest level. And like I always got called like annoying and blah 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 because I was always hyper, but I would be hyper in the wrong places, like out in public and be like doing like stuff and like just like that was like my 6th and 7th grade year, and then my 8th grade year, and like calmed down and like realized everything, and then everybody called me fake because I wasn't being the ordinary hyper person.
Okay, so in Katie's situation, is she really being fake?
No.
No. She is learning how to control her personality so that she can be who she wants to be when it's appropriate. Okay? There are times, if you're a bubbly, exciting personality, you're somebody who likes to be wild and crazy all the time, there are times when it's appropriate to be that way, and there are times when it's not appropriate to be that way. And you do have to pull it back and kind of restrain yourself, okay? Like, for the most part, I'm a bubbly person, but if I go around at work like, hey, y'all, how you guys doing? It's such a great day. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, get her out of here. You know? I have to learn to control myself, okay? Wow. Yeah, I know that was crazy, right? You guys were like, oh no, I'm really scared now. Okay, so let me tell you what the little story that I was going to tell you from experience. Lauren's dad, I was married to him for almost 10 years. And I did not know what I'm teaching you guys right now about staying true to myself. I wanted to please him so bad and be a good wife and do everything that I was supposed to do and raise a family that I became a mini version of him. Every time we went somewhere, he'd say, where do you want to go out to eat? Oh, I don't care, wherever you want to go, that's fine. And he would decide. And when it was time for me to get a new car, what kind of car do you want? Oh, I don't care, you pick. And he would pick me out a car and have it delivered to my work. I had no say-so in it, okay? I wore what he wanted me to wear. I did what he wanted me to do. And after 10 years, I decided, I don't know who I am anymore. Really, I did not know what I liked. If somebody would ask me, really, for real, what do you like? What do you want to do? I couldn't tell you. So I split up with him. There were some other extenuating circumstances that I don't need to get into as well. But for the real fact that I had to leave was because I did not know who I was anymore. And when I was on my own, that's when I discovered that I have to be true to who I am. And that means being myself. That means discovering who I want to be, who I enjoy being, what I like, what I can do for myself, what I don't like, okay? And actually, I had to take the opportunity to write those things down because I couldn't remember anymore who I really was. And once I became to the point where I decided, okay, this is who I want to be, this is who I really am, I forgot all this, I became a person that I liked a lot better. And I'm sure a lot of other people liked me better as well. Will you calm her down, please? Kyla, I don't have to throw you out. Calm yourself. Okay, so I can say that from experience. Now, had I have known it when I was your guys' age, and somebody would have told me to be true to myself. It's easy to hear that. It's not always easy to do that. Okay? I hear you guys so many times on Facebook. You know, people are upset because you're wearing what you want to wear to school and people make fun of you because they don't like that look. How many of you guys have had that issue? Yeah. Okay? Guess what? My advice in that situation is always wear what you like. And I can tell you, I did that today. I went today to Boeing and I spoke on behalf of Rise Above today. Okay? And what is expected of me is that I would wear dress pants or a dress and a little business suit and look nice when I speak. And I got dressed this morning and put on a little fancy outfit and I was like, and I'm going to stand in front of these kids tonight and tell them to be themselves when I'm not being myself? I don't think so. And I went upstairs and put on a pair of jeans and went like that. And I was like, you know, like it or leave it, that's me. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly what I have to learn myself first. Okay? I like jeans. And I wear jeans everywhere when I'm allowed to. I'm not allowed to wear them to work anymore, but I did for 14 years. So I just do the best I can and grin and bear it. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is wear what you like. Put your hair how you like. Don't let anyone tell you that the way that you dress or the way that you look isn't acceptable because they don't like it. Okay? You're you. You are you. If you want to come to school with a painted face, hey.
You told to wash it.
Well, you're allowed to come here. And you know what? I love it. I love that you guys are brave enough to come here and to just be cool with it. Now, did anybody tell you guys, oh, you look dumb, or anybody here?
No, but we got a lot of weird looks at Coops earlier.
Wonder
I told
why.
him we were trick-or-treating earlier.
Okay, whatever. But what I'm talking about,
in March, yeah.
what I'm talking about is here. Did anybody talk down to you here? No. Good. Because I want you guys to know that Rise Above is a safe place. And Rise Above is a place where we accept you for who you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter what you may have wrong with you, as other people may say. It doesn't matter at all because you're accepted exactly as you are. And I don't care if you guys come in here looking as wild as you want to look. As long as you cover up your body parts, I'm cool with that. Okay?
Sure.
So don't try to be like anyone else. You're the only you that there's ever going to be. Lauren's gone. I wish I had her back. I really do. There's never, ever going to be another Lauren. Never. You know? And she was everything that she was created to be. She tried to be different and tried to be a lot like people when she shouldn't have. When if she just would have been who God created her to be, things would have been a lot easier for her. Because she had a lot of people who really did love her. And you guys need to remember that in your lives. You have a lot of people who really do love you exactly the way you are. There's no need to change. Okay? Now, your real friends are going to love you for who you really are. There's not going to be any need to change. If you're comfortable in your own skin, other people will be comfortable with you. Okay? Now, oh, we forgot to talk about the chameleon. Julie, go to the next. This is the chameleon. Isn't he cute? The chameleon is brown when he's on a stick, and go to the next one.
I wish I could.
Turns to green when he's hiding in the leaves. He can actually be blue or any color, depending on where he's at, right? Depending on what he's touching, depending on what he wants to do. And there's nothing wrong with changing your personality a little bit here and there to become a better version of you, okay? That's what Katie was talking about. She wasn't trying to change who she was trying to become a better version of herself. And that's what we try to learn when we come here every week at Rise Above. I always give you guys something to do that's going to change you a little bit. Not because I want you to be like me, but because I want you to be the best you that you can be. Alright? And these little things that I teach you every week, even if you only get a little bit of what I'm saying, if you apply that little bit every single week, you're going to become a better version of yourself. You're going to be someone that you are happy to be. And that's what's important to me. Not that you become like someone else, but that you become the best you that you can be. And if you're okay with that, other people are going to be okay with that. People with confidence and who are comfortable in their own skin do not get bullied as much. Okay? So we need to remember that. Keep that in mind. So, did any of the animals in tonight's lesson apply to you guys? Which one? Which one applied to you?
I think all of them maybe. Like, I can hide something with my chameleon, but I don't know. I can change really fast between different things. I can be, as a chameleon, to hide from people because I don't want to be accepted because I feel weird or think I couldn't be good enough for them. And then, like, with like the peacock, I distract people from bullying one person, bring them to me. Yeah.
That's good. Anybody else want to share? What did you feel like you were most like?
I was more like the frog.
Like the frog? Using your bright colors to keep people away?
Like, push people away.
Yeah. How many of you guys do that?
You can't push me away.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You were more like the caterpillar, why?
Because even if I don't want to, I push people away and make people scared of me, even though I don't want to, but that's how I
Okay, she says that's how she was born. Okay, so let's...
That's why people are scared of you.
So let me tell you, let me just address that for a second. If you say, that's how, I don't want to be that way, but that's how I was born. How many of you guys feel that way? Like you're just bred to be that way?
I am.
Okay, let me tell you that that's a lie. That's a lie that you're believing and you don't need to believe it. You have the opportunity to change. If you don't want to be that way, it's up to you to change it.
What if it doesn't make you who you are?
I'm not asking you to change who you are, but you said you don't want to be that way. You have the opportunity to change that about yourself, to become a better you.
What if the thing that makes everyone scared of you is a big part of you, and you don't want to change that because it makes you who you are?
Change the little
Okay.
things.
Yeah, change little things, bro.
You can learn to control it. Like what I told Katie, whatever it is that makes you who you are, you can learn to rein that back. Okay? Like me. I'll give you myself for an example. Ben always gets upset because I use him for an example, so I'll use myself for an example. When I was younger, I said this before, I was a bossy mouth. Okay? I literally, like, I was the mouthiest kid you would ever want to know. Like, you did not have to say anything to me. I'd be like, whatever, and I would just have 10,000 comebacks for you, okay? I was a mouth. Now, that's the way I was born, and I said that for the longest time. I can't help that. That's me. That's my personality, okay? But as I became older, I learned to control that, okay? I still have a big mouth. But I learned to use it for good rather than evil, okay? I learned that instead of bossing people around and telling them to do things, that I could use my mouth like I'm doing right now to teach people in a better way, in a kind way. That I had something to say, and that I'm good at saying things out loud, but I need to learn the right things to say and when to say them. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you can learn to take that makes you you, And you can learn to use it for good and make it a good part of your personality. Okay? Yes?
I think I'm more like the butterfly because I don't really like make people scared of me, like I'm gonna hurt them or something. But I'm a big mouth like you, like you were, and I get a lot of comebacks, and they don't really respect me when I do that.
Okay, so that is a defense mechanism for you then. Most of the time you're fine, but when somebody messes with you, you flap them wings open, right? So your mouth starts running, okay? So what do we need to do in that situation? What should Katie do in that situation? Learn to control it. Is that who said that? Okay? Learn to control it. Learn that you don't always have to flap those wings open, all right? You can learn to control that and rein it back. Yes?
Sometimes I also try to ignore it, but sometimes I can't hold it anymore. So.
Okay, and that's okay. One of the things that we learn here at Rise Above is that sometimes it's not always the right choice to walk away and say nothing. Sometimes you do have to stand up for yourself, okay? Sometimes you don't need to be mean and mouthy and bossy with people, but you can stand up and say, hey, you don't need to speak to me that way. I didn't speak to you that way, and I don't think that it's necessary for you to speak to me that way. Please show me some respect, okay? Sometimes that's all it takes to stand up for yourself, okay? There's a difference between being mean and bossy and mouthy and being someone who stands up for themselves, who stands up for their rights. Yes?
What if you could stand up to yourself and you would get fired from your job?
Well, what are you standing up about?
Because this co-worker of Chelsea's, she like always she'll tell the administrator on you for like the dumbest stuff, and she's being complained about by every co-worker and everything there, but they won't do anything about it. And like she keeps like picking on Chelsea and stuff, and Chelsea doesn't say anything back, so she keeps doing it. But if she would, then she would get fired.
So you meet her in the alley.
Wait, you're on YouTube, please. That's not Rising Above. No, something like that. I mean, is this the boss that's doing this? Okay. Does the boss have a boss?
Does the boss have a boss? The head administrator, but they won't do anything about it.
Okay. Have you tried going to the head administrator? Or are you just assuming they won't do anything?
My friend goes to the administrator and
everybody goes to
they agree with what she does, so she gets away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about power in numbers?
What's that mean?
All of the
Where you work? I'll meet up with you. Take a long.
Okay, but let me just say something. When I say power in numbers, this is something that we use against bullying, okay? Power in numbers means that you are not enough by yourself to make the change, okay? Sometimes you need to take friends. Sometimes you need to say, you know what, you need to talk to someone that you work with or whatever and say, I'm having this problem with this person. Have you ever had the same problem? Why don't we go together?
She does. She talks to Brittany about it too.
Okay, maybe you need 3 or 4 or 5. Okay?
Got your back.
There are power. If you all, let me just say, if you all go in there and make a complaint, they can't ignore all of you. Okay? Anybody else want to share? All right. So, do you guys think that you show your true colors to people on a regular basis, or do you hide them mostly? Like mostly, most of the time. How many people think that they show their real selves most of the time?
I show my real self.
Okay. How many of you think that you don't, that you mostly hide who you really are? Okay. So you're about evenly split, okay? I just wanted to know, the people who hide their true colors most of the time, raise your hands again. I want to know if somebody would be willing to share why you choose to do that. Alexis.
Afraid of being made fun of.
She's afraid of being made fun of. Anybody else have a different reason? Yes?
I honestly, how I was brought up, be yourself and be kind to others, pretty much how I go. And I'll be sensible about it. I won't go all out there. but that's just how I am. I can't just be somebody else. I try.
She talked to me first.
Well, I meant the people who, you raised your hand though that you were one of the people that didn't show their true colors, right?
No.
Oh, that's who I'm talking to right now.
All right.
The people who don't. Because you want to fit in? Okay, why else?
I don't want to annoy anyone.
Don't want to annoy anyone, okay?
I'm
Chelsea?
scared of what people might think of me.
Scared of people, what they might think? Nick?
Embarrassed by who you are.
Embarrassed by who you are? Who else?
People might not accept you. They might not accept you.
People might not accept you. Any other reasons? Yes. Well, hold on, guys. I didn't hear her. Worried about being hurt. Any other reasons? Okay. So you people, I'm talking to the people who raise their hands that they normally hide their true colors. Do you think it's possible for you to start to show the real you? Is it something you want to do? No? Why not? Lots of reasons. All right. What? You don't? Okay, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. I want you guys just to stop and think about it, okay? I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying I want you to think about it this week. Think about what might happen if you do decide to show the real you. Okay? Think about how your life might change and how you might be willing to allow it to change. How you might make some new friends. Because the people that notice you when you're being you might really like the you that they see. And yes, you might lose some friends who like the fake you right now. But are those really the people that you need to be concerned about? No. Wait a minute.
Can I share something?
Absolutely.
I don't know how much you guys knew me my freshman year, but I was pretty a D. I didn't have much friends, but when I did, it wasn't the best people to hang out with. But once I started to decide and realize who I really was, like I started to show my true colors. I lost those friends, but I gained so many more because I was there for people and actually wasn't a D to much people. Like I was happy I made the decision, but the people I did lose, I felt bad at first, but then I actually realized who they truly were. So don't be afraid just because they look like your friends. Don't think they are, because that if you're faking if you're faking to be someone's friend, that means they have to be something in them that you don't really like about them. So it may be tough to seem like you lose them, but really it's pretty easy to move on after old friends because I don't really know how to word it.
I think you did very well. I like what you said about if you have to fake to be somebody's friend. How many of you guys have done that before, that you've just been a completely different person in order to be someone's friend or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever? Okay? I want to know, doesn't it get tiring?
Yeah.
Don't you get tired of being someone that you're not? Yeah. Yes, Katie.
I changed one time for my one of my ex-boyfriends because he liked video games and I like, no offense, but I don't like video games at all.
Yeah,
and
I
I never played them, so I didn't know. And then I started playing them with him and I still didn't like it, so I changed a little bit, but only for like a week and then
Okay, so let's go down that road for a minute. I want to explain that there is a difference between trying new things and getting to know new people by doing new things and changing who you are. Okay? Yes?
One time I met someone and I didn't really meet them like in person, but I talked to them. And they pretended to be something big that was big for me, but I don't know if it was big for them. They changed it so that I would like them. And I did like them, but then they tried to change me to be like them. So I ended up, he ended up trying to trick me and twist my mind, and then finally admitted it after I like tried to convince him, and then he said that it was stupid because it was over religion, but it wasn't stupid for me because it was a big part of why I liked him. And that's like a big part of me, that's what makes me who I am, and I don't want someone to pretend around me if it's that big.
Right. Last week I think I talked about the fact that you guys need to have something that you believe in to stand up for, okay? And part of being who you are and knowing your true colors is knowing what you believe in. And you know, it could be a religious issue, it could be something for the fact that, you know, you want to remain a virgin until you're married, or it could be anything, you know, some kind of principle that is non-negotiable for you, okay? Something that you stand on and say, you know what, I'm not going to move on this. This is who I am and this is what I believe. There are things that I'm not going to do, and there are things that you are not going to stop me from doing, because this is who I am. You need to have those convictions in your heart, okay? I'm not here to tell you what your convictions need to be, because your convictions are your own, okay? I can tell you what my convictions are. I can tell you what's important to me, but I can't tell you what's important to you. You need to decide that. And you need to decide that that's part of your true color, okay? That's part of who you are, and you're not going to give that up for anybody, all right? It's okay to be yourself. You guys need to understand, this is more than just an anti-bullying group, because this group is about learning who you are and learning to be okay with who you are. If you are okay with who you are, other people are going to learn to be okay with it, or they're going to get on down the road and find somebody else, okay? And those are the people that you can say, you know what, I didn't need them anyway. The real people, the ones who are not fake with you and the ones that you don't have to be fake back with, those are the ones that are important. Those are the ones that will stick by you. My dad and Rick, you guys know, these guys have been friends since high school, or before, since junior high, okay? They've been friends since middle school. So they know what makes each other tick, and they are friends with the real person, the real Bruce, the real Rick. Okay? If they had to hold up this big fake idea of who they really were for 50 years, they'd be pretty dang tired by now. Okay? But they're real with each other. And that's what I'm talking about. If you can be real with somebody, that's what makes a real relationship. Okay? Whether it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, whether it's a relationship with your parents. How many of you guys lie to your parents on a regular basis? Be honest, okay? Yeah, it happens. Let me tell you. When you lie, she always it's okay. It's okay. When you feel like you need to lie to someone all the time, it gets tiring. And it makes them not trust who you really are. It makes them wonder who you really are. And it makes you wonder whether it's worth it to sit and tell them lies all the time. I mean, don't you have better things to do? You know, you're not going to be able to have a real relationship with anyone unless you're honest with them. Honesty is a huge thing. Now, honesty is not being flat out blatant mean. Okay? A lot of people are mean because they say, well, I'm just honest. You know, no, that's not. You need to learn how to control that about yourself. Okay? If you have a habit of being extremely honest, even when it's hateful, you need to learn to curb that. All right? But being honest with someone about who you are and what makes you tick and what you stand by, there's nothing wrong with that.
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
What if the person is like a really conceited person and they ask, how do I look? And you say, you look fine, because you don't want to hear them like, and you just say you look fine, but you really think they're like really bad looking. Then like, what do you do?
That's tough. That is tough. You can say, you know what? Okay, here's what I do. Here's what I do, just personally. If someone asks me how they look, and I really don't think they look good, I will tell them, that's a pretty color. Or, your hair looks really good today. I mean, you can get around that without hurting their feelings.
Change the subject.
Okay, yeah. I mean, or you can say, you know what, I like the pink dress better on you. That one doesn't really flatter you. I've had to do that before, okay? I'll tell you, honestly, I took Lauren shopping all the time. I'll use her for an example. Took her shopping all the time, and she'd come out and be like, this looks so cute. I'm like, girl, no. The other one looks better, okay? I'm not trying to be mean. She recognized the fact that I wasn't trying to be mean. I was trying to be honest and not let her buy something that wasn't flattering, okay? So if you really are friends with someone, they should respect you enough to know that you're not going to lie to them. You don't have to be mean about it, but if you're honest in a good way, they're going to respect that. You know, they're going to respect the fact that you didn't let them buy something that looked ugly on them. Okay? Yes, Katie.
What I would say, I would be like, it's not really my style, but it could be like it.
Absolutely. I use that one all the time too. I have a girlfriend that I go shopping with all the time. We have totally different styles. Totally different. We go shopping and she'll pick stuff out for me. Oh, isn't this cute? I'm like, that would look really good on you. It's like, not me. You know? Just I hate what she picks out. But sometimes I will give her credit. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I'll try it on just for you. Just to make you happy. I don't particularly like it, but I'm going to try it on just because you think it. And I'm telling you, the cutest dress I have in my closet, she picked out. And I would have never picked it out myself, okay? So be open to trying new things, all right? Yes?
What is that one thing that you stand by is the one thing that makes everyone scared of you?
Don't tell them.
The one thing that you stand by is the thing that makes people scared of you.
She's a personality trait that makes people, like, her lifestyle is what people are afraid of.
Yeah, people mix
Her
it.
religion.
I'm Wiccan, and people think it's like devil worshipping, and it's not, and that's why everyone's scared. And then
Okay.
they try to do things like holy water and little crosses, and it's like those things don't affect Those things don't affect
Okay, that helps me to know that, now that I know what we're dealing with. Okay, my advice to you on that would be, is number one, people are scared of what they don't understand. Okay?
And like, well, when you try, I try to explain stuff because I understand they don't know about it, and I'll tell them, but then it'll make
Use
it worse.
small words.
Shut up. It'll make it worse because then they'll just find more things to make fun of.
Okay, then those are the people that are not really interested in being your friend. They're more interested in picking at you for what you stand up for. I still say stand up for what you believe in. Okay? Because if that makes you who you, like with me, okay? I'll use myself as an example. My religion is something that I 100% stand by as well. And I will tell you any day of the week, I believe in God. And that's the way it is. And ain't nobody going to tell me that it's any other way. But I respect you for having a different view than I do. And I'm not here to change your view. I can tell you how I feel, and you can tell me how you feel. And we can respect each other on the fact that we are both human, right? We're both part of the human race. We have respect for each other even though we don't agree on that one particular thing. And that's what I would tell you to use when people want to say things like that to you. I would say, you know what? I'm still human, and so are you, and that makes us alike. That's the one thing that you can say to anybody that's saying something to you. Yes, we have this difference, but this is what makes us the same. Can't we just agree to disagree and go on? Okay?
I had a guy that I worked with, he was a foreman and I was a foreman. And this guy, he knew that I believed in God and went to church. And I knew that he did not go to church and did not believe in God. And he was a scrappy looking motorcycle guy with the long hair and all this kind of stuff. And
Come on, PJ.
we were at total opposite ends of the spectrum, but we really worked well together at work because we didn't let that become a problem between us.
Right.
You know, he respected me for what I believed and I respected him for what he believed. And we worked well on a job and we had a lot of fun together. He's one of the best friends I had that I've worked with. But you can do that. You just can't let that be a problem.
Right. It's all a matter of agreeing to disagree. Okay? Realizing that standing up for yourself and what you believe in should make people, the real people that are going to matter, That's going to be what draws people to you, okay? The people that are in my life that matter to me recognize that my Christianity is what's important to me, and they're not here to try to talk me out of it. They're here to love me in spite of it, whether they believe in it with me or not, okay? Just like you. I love you even though we don't agree the same way. You know, you're still a wonderful person. You still have a lot of wonderful qualities, you know? We can be friends, even though we don't agree on it. I'm sure there's a lot of other people in here that I don't agree with some of the other things that they do. But that doesn't mean that I'm bad or you're bad because we don't agree on the same thing. It just means we're different. And guess what? You're different from everybody else on this planet. We are each unique. We each have our own colors, okay? We have to be willing to put those colors out there. Anybody else? No? Well, I want to let you know that if you guys have been stopping and thinking about your colors tonight, like I asked you to, I want you to think of 3 to 5 characteristics of your true color that would be the reason why you think of yourself as that color. And I'm going to share mine with you, okay, just so you get an idea of what I mean. I want you guys to think about this, okay? Because I really would like to hear some of these next week. You have time to think about it this week and write them down. I wrote mine down this morning. Why I am orange. Okay? First of all, orange is not my favorite color. Orange is the color I consider myself to be. Okay? Because I have 7 reasons. Because it can be bright and cheery and wild. It can be a very bright color. Or it can be dark and earthy, like a autumn color, or it can even be soft and quiet, like peach. So it has lots of different characteristics, okay? Orange is the very opposite ends of the spectrum, and that's me. I can be very wild and cheery and exciting, or I can be very dark and quiet and deep, or I can be just cute and cuddly, like peach, okay? Number 2, because it's a color that doesn't match with anything else, okay? I don't consider myself to match with anybody in this world, all right? I'm different. I'm proud of the fact that I'm different. Nothing matches with orange, okay?
Mine's with orange.
Now, number 3, because you either love it or hate it. Ain't nobody that says, orange is all right. Yeah, it's okay, I like it. No, everybody's either like, oh my gosh, orange is great, or that is the ugliest color I've ever seen in my life, okay? People love it or hate it. That's how most people are with me. They love me or hate me. Okay? Number 4. Because it's spicy and warm. It reminds me of cider and pumpkins and tiger lilies and sunsets and the glow of a fire. All those things that make me feel warm inside, those are orange. I like orange. I like when I see tiger lilies on the side of the road because they grow wild. People don't plant tiger lilies on purpose. They just grow there. And they're wild. Okay? And that's how I am. Number 5, because nothing rhymes with orange.
Door hinge.
Door hinge, I stand corrected.
Someone's bored.
Okay? Because number 6, it's nobody's favorite color. What?
It's my favorite.
But, if it is your favorite color, you're the first person I've met. Second of all, even though it's not really very many people's favorite color, people take notice of it. That's why they use it in construction zones, okay? It's very noticeable, all right? I'm not anybody's favorite, but I'm noticeable, all right? And number 7, because it is the color of change. It's autumn. It's the color when things are changing. It is different and unique. And I'm always trying to change and become a better person. Okay? So those are the reasons why I consider myself to be orange. Now I want you guys to stop and think about why you consider yourself to be the color that you thought of in your head tonight. Okay? And I want you to be able to share some of those with me next week. Alright? You guys think you can do that? Really? I mean, it's kind of fun, right? So, the challenge. Did you make a comment?
That is actually a quick question. Does it have to be one color?
Yes.
Give me a combination.
No, because I'm telling you right now, you guys, really, I really do. My little girl used to ask me all the time, what's your favorite color? I'm like, I don't have one. I really don't have a favorite color. I love them all. But the reason for this is I want you guys to think of it like I just described it. Reasons why that one color describes you the best. Okay? Doesn't have to be your favorite, it just needs to be something that describes you the best. Yes, Chelsea?
I actually did that in the Bruce class. We actually did do that. I actually have it over again.
Okay. Well, here's your challenge for this week. Challenge is, decide which color best describes you. Make a collage out of everything that you can find in that color that helps define you and who you strive to be. Okay? Use words, pictures, symbols, anything that you feel describes you, and try to make it mostly that color that you've decided. I want you to hang it in your room where you can see it every day to remind you to be true to yourself. And I want you to take a picture of it if you can and post it on Facebook. Okay? If you don't, that's okay. That's not part of the challenge. The challenge is actually to make the collage and hang it in your room. But if you post it on Facebook, that would be great because I want to see what color you consider yourself to be and why. Okay? So when you post it, you can tell us a little bit of something that this is why I picked this color. I want you guys to be comfortable telling me your true color. Why are you purple or blue or whatever color you decide to be? Yes?
Did you, I wasn't in here for a couple minutes, did you explain what colors meant? Because I don't know what colors mean.
No, the colors don't mean anything. They mean what you want them to mean. Okay?
I'm totally confused.
When I was doing the color, when I was doing the lesson, I wanted you guys to think of a color that best describes you. I don't know if you were in here when I described orange.
Okay. You said it, I heard it attracts people's attention because it's...
Okay, I had 7 reasons why I feel that orange describes me. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Think of all the colors. Think of the color that you think best describes your characteristics.
And if black, if your color's black, I mean you're dull or something.
No, I mean whatever you feel it to be. Don't try to make this harder than it is, people, really. It's not hard. Okay?
Come on, guys, be quiet.
Thank you. Thank you. It's hard to hear when you're all having side conversations, okay? Yes?
I guess the whole reason is find your color and then find your perspective on what that color represents. Pretty much, maybe.
Right. It's not that I'm going to tell you right now, green means this, blue means this. No. When you think of that color, what do you think of? Okay? When you think of your personality, what color do you feel describes your personality? Okay? Katie, I mean, just knowing what I know of you, I would say you're definitely a yellow, okay, or a bright pink, because you're very bubbly and you're very cheery, okay? So, but if you feel that a different color describes you better, then I want to know why. Okay?
You got it. Right on the dot.
Okay. Anybody else have questions on that challenge? Yes? Nope. I want a color out of the box, guys. Get your crayons out if you have to, okay? What? The 64 box. Any other questions? Okay. If you guys understand that, then we're going to go ahead and stop the lesson and we're going to get to announcements and things, okay?
Okay.
All right. I want you guys to know. I want you guys to know that we have officially sold out of all of our t-shirts. So if you want a t-shirt, you must prepay, and I have an order form up here, okay? Give me $15, I will order them as soon as I get enough people that want to buy them, okay? I need to have maybe 20, 25 before I can do an order. So, just so you know. Want to report on the fact that last week we went to the blind school for a field trip. We had a blast. It was so much fun. However, unfortunately, my house was robbed this week. And they took my camera, so I don't have any pictures. I would appreciate it if those of you that also took pictures when we were there, if you would post those on Facebook so that we can have them. And I'll try to get Amanda to put them on the website as well. I've lost all my pictures of them.
I will find those pictures.
So just so you know, because that happened this past week, we have decided not to do small groups in the house anymore. Just for the simple fact that we can't be having a lot of people running in and out of the house. If you have to use the bathroom, you need to go when you get here because the house locks, okay? There's not going to be any walking in mom's house no more, I'm sorry. Not that we think that any of you guys had anything to do with it, it's just we have to limit the traffic that goes in and out so we know what's going on. We're scared. We're getting a security system and things like that. There's been a lot of robberies around. So I do want to tell you guys, at home, please, 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 pull your shades down when you go to bed. Do not leave your purses out in plain sight, okay? I don't want anything to happen to any of you guys. These guys are out there. It's scary, okay? Yes?
My mom sets out a fake purse.
Sets out a fake purse?
Like one she doesn't use.
Well, they can still bust in your house and break a window, which is what they did. Yes?
Alright, big information. Apparently, I don't know if this is really a big deal, but one of the news ladies who sells newspapers around the apartments where I live, I talked to her the other day, and apparently, a month before the robberies started happening, which I think were the same people that robbed you, they stole 2 of her white vans from her son, so they're probably using those vans in switching license plates. And
No, they're using a,
I do know. I do know they.
white van as well.
white Malibu.
White Malibu? I drive a white Malibu.
It's not me, I promise.
I think that they do have at least one person in custody. The person that tried to use my debit card actually was dumb and didn't know that they had cameras right there where you try to use your debit card. So I think they do have one person, but there are still probably more people out there that are with this plan and whoever's doing it. So please, please be careful. Second of all, please do not be out in the middle of the night, toilet paper people's houses and acting up and doing things that teenagers do because people in this area are gun happy right now. They want to hurt someone and I don't want any of you guys to get hurt. Okay? Stay in your houses. No sneaking out. Okay? Let's be smart about this. I don't want any of you guys to get hurt. Okay? Please, please, please be careful. All right. Who brought their dollar for Hope for Hunter?
Oh, Jerry. Sorry, Hunter.
Pass around the basket.
Sorry, Hunter.
We're still collecting. We got 2 more weeks. Huh? I told you I'm not making no more shirts on it. Crazy. The basket's being passed around. For those of you that don't know, we are collecting money for the Hope for Hunter Walk. This is Hunter right here in the lovely blue shirt. And we are collecting to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. There's a walk in 2 weeks that we are raising money for. So far, not counting what we're collecting tonight, we've collected about $237. So good job. That you would please find a way to contribute. Number 1, bring $1 to every meeting until we have the walk. Number 2, if you want a shirt like what he's wearing, those are $15, and you can see Hunter or Rachel's not here tonight, but Rachel Sims is the one that sells them.
Steak and shake.
Okay, yeah. So we definitely want to do everything that we can to support this cause. It's a great cause. After the walk is over, we have a new cause we'll be collecting for. So just get used to bringing $1 every week, okay? It's $1. It's a pack of $1. It's not going to hurt you. All right? Couple more announcements and then we're done, I promise. Alright. Number 1, I ask if you pray, please remember to pray for Billy Kokensparger this week. We went to court today. He was the one driving the car when my daughter was killed and he had to go to jail today for that. He's going to be in there for a while, and he could really use your prayers, okay? So please remember to pray for him. Write him a letter if you can. I think we'll probably do that one week for a challenge to let him know that we forgive him and we love him. And he's been here a couple of times, so if you would just remember him this week. Did everybody get a chance to contribute who wants to? Thank you for that. All right. And about making a collage that's going to go in Lauren's room. And what I really would like for you guys to do, I know this is kind of old school, but humor me. I want you to actually bring me a physical picture, like a printed out picture of you doing something that would be considered a sparkle, okay? Doing something to help someone else. And if you guys can bring me in pictures of you helping other people, I really would like to do a collage and be able to put that in Lauren's room. Because to me, that's what her death stands for. This group was started because she had to die. And I really want to remember the fact that this group does good things for other people. I know she would like that. And that would really help me. So if you guys have a chance to print out a picture of something like that, bring them in here and we will start a collage. It doesn't have to be done all in one week, but I'll get a board like this and you guys can just come every week and stick a picture. Okay? Any questions on that? All right. Anybody else have anything that they need to share? Yes.
Actually, never just
okay. Yes.
No.
I never like really meditated on like actually praying, and last night was like the first time in like so many years I actually sat down and I prayed for 13 minutes for just everything that I could think of.
Good for you. I want to let you guys know of some upcoming events. Alright? These are not in the near future, but they will be coming up. We will be having a movie night. We're going to come in and be able to watch a movie together and have popcorn and things like that. We'll be doing that.
Didn't we already have one?
Super Troopers.
One of the other things,
Put me on a Friday night.
I'm not sure when. One of the other things, I'm not sure how many of you guys will be interested in this, but my pastor, where I go to church, has offered to allow us to come and do like a retreat thing with our church, and he's opened it to Rise Above. Now, it will be a thing where Ben and I will actually be maybe one of the counselors there. It'll be just like a weekend retreat, and just so you know, it is a Christian thing, so don't come thinking you're not going to hear about God, because you will. But it's something that they've decided to open to us and allow Rise Above to come if they wish. So I'll be letting you guys know when these dates are coming up. Also, Angie would like to do a bake sale to be able to raise some more funds for Rise Above. So she'll be coordinating that in the next few weeks as well. Okay? Anything else I'm forgetting? No? All right. Love you guys. Have a good week. Yeah.